This is the video for Chapter 18 of Book 6 of DBG. So as usual, go ahead and mark it up, and okay, let's get started. First sentence, we've got Gali is going to be some sort of subject. I see that dikunt is a main verb, as is praedikant, rather. In terms of prep phrases, I see ab dite patre and ab druidibus, and let's go for it. So, what does the verb praedikant mean? It means to proclaim, publicly declare, or report. So we're probably going to be in some form of indirect statement here. So all of the Gauls, omnes going with Gali, all of the Gauls declare or report that, say, they, and then prognatos is, you could look at it as missing an infinitive, esse. They say that they are, and prognatos is an adjective, can be used as an adjective just meaning born. All the Gauls report that they are born from Father Dis, D-I-S. And if you're wondering who in the world is Dis, it's the same person as Pluto. Dis is the Latin word that means the wealthy one. And when you think about it, Pluto is wealthy because he gets all the souls of the dead. So there you go. The Gauls think that they all originate essentially from Pluto. And they say that, now here, proditum, definitely coming from a verb. It's missing esse, which I am not even going to, well, okay, I'll try. Esse. So we've got a perfect passive infinitive there. So they say, and they say that this thing, proditum esse, has been revealed by the Druids. So once again, the importance of the Druids in society, sort of the keepers of all wisdom, especially when it comes to religion. Now, transition, and we're going to talk about time and how the Gauls render time. So in this sentence, going from ob to finiunt, I see that finiunt is a main verb. Ob eam causam is a prep phrase. Spatia, each and every day, neuter plurals in the ne, that's my subject. Omnis temporis would be, those are genitive words, and as are diurnum and noctium. So, for this reason, meaning what was discussed in the previous sentence, for this reason, I'm sorry, I said that spatia is the subject. I meant to say the direct object. So I'll just try and change that to a do. They, meaning the Gauls, they measure spaces, literally, but here maybe like lengths. They measure lengths of all time, not by the number of days, but by the number of nights. Okay? Going on from dies to subsequatur ut. Going to subsequatur is a clause. Subsequatur would be the main verb of that clause. Observant would be the main verb of the rest of the sentence. Dies natales, that means birthdays. And then we have a nitia. These are all accusative words, direct object and direct object. So, sic, in this way, they observe or celebrate, you could even say, birthdays and the beginnings of months and of years, so that day follows after night. All right, next sentence. Going from en to dukant. This sentence is a little bit tricky to put together, but hopefully you guys figured out that we do have a clause that starts right here with quod, and really it goes until the very end of the sentence, so huge clause. Now within that we do have some smaller ones. You've got nisi to adoleverunt. You have ut going to posset. Okay. In the big clause itself, the quod to ducunt, I see that patiuntur is a main verb. as is du kund. I do see some infinitives, ad ire and ad sistere. Oh boy, there we go. I see some prep phrases, ad se, in publico, in conspectu. Inside this clause here, excuse me, adoleverunt would be the main verb of the clause. That's MVOC, sorry. Posent would be the main verb of this clause, and that is almost always accompanied by a complementary infinitive, and there it is with sustenere. Now the main independent thought of the sentence goes from in to deferunt being the main verb, therefore. In reliquis institutis would be a prep phrase, as would ab reliquis. Okay, let's try and put it all together. And suos goes with liberos as well. They're children. Let's try and put all this together. So, in the remaining customs or institutions of life, they differ nearly from the rest, meaning from everybody else, in this way, hoc, or in this manner. And what is the manner? Well, here it comes. That non patiuntur, they do not allow their own children to come up to them openly, except when they have grown up so that they are able to withstand the duty of military service. So they won't let their own children come up to them in public unless their children are old enough to be of sort of like military service age. All right, so they differ from everybody else in that way, that they do not allow their own children to come up to them openly, except when they have grown so that they are able to withstand the duty or the task of military service. And now duco, ducere means to lead, but it could also be a verb of the head, meaning to consider, and that's what it means here. And they consider it shameful, turpe, that a filium, that the son of youthful age stands by in public in view of his father. So just to be standing in public in view of your father, if you're a boy of youthful age, in other words, not of military service age, that is considered to be shameful. Imagine that would be so different from the Roman mentality, of course, where young boys were expected to accompany their dads from the house to the forum and whatnot. So there you go, chapter 18. Go on to 19.